In your headlines, National Beach Vending and Coastal Commercial Policy under review. Man convicted on sexual assault charges. And Remembrance Day celebrated. Hello Turks and Caicos, welcome to News Watch. I'm Latoya Walking, your anchor for Monday's newscast. The real news starts now. In a high-level update during the recently concluded health press conference, Honorable Akira Mizik spoke on several ongoing policies discussed in Cabinet, such as the National Beach Vending and Coastal Commercial Policy. Here's more emerging from the presser in Monday's leading story.
By way of updating you, the good people of Turks and Caicos Islands, Cabinet discussed and reviewed the National Beach Vending and Coastal Commercial Business Policy that will be advancing to the House of Assembly on November 22nd. On Monday, November 12th, in my capacity as Leader of Government Business as well, we will be having a House of Assembly session. This session will not be our usual lengthy session, as we will take this opportunity to advise and consult and gather comments and information from parliamentary members on the National Beach Vending and Coastal Commercial Policy. The reason why we're taking this opportunity with our colleagues in the Ministry of Tourism and the Attorney General's chambers to provide the policy in advance to members is that we would be in a position to gather all of their comments, all of their concerns, and ensure that the legislation we're seeking to pass is truly in the best interest of the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Honorable Mizik also noted that the legal aid rules were also amended to make provision for civil proceedings.
The Cabinet approved amendments to the legal aid rules, which will now provide persons who are unable to afford to defend or respond to a civil claim be in a position to do so. So on Monday, that bill will also advance to the House of Assembly. The importance of that is that over the years, and in consultation with Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, there has been a challenge in the equitable representation of persons in court in civil matters. Sometimes the bigger players can afford the bigger lawyers, whereas those who may be defending or bringing a claim are at a disadvantage. The amendments to this ordinance will provide a better opportunity for more equity for those who truly cannot afford to progress a civil claim or respond to a civil claim, be afforded the opportunity to do so through our legal aid system.
Amongst discussion was also the social assistance policy led by the Minister of Home Affairs, Honorable Otis Morris.
The amendments to this policy will provide greater opportunity for more persons to become foster parents, but also acknowledges the challenge that may be there for persons entering into the foster care parenting program in terms of the economic challenges that may be in place for them to assist with fostering a child. The policy will seek to increase the rates that will be provided to foster parents, hopefully encouraging more of us to register with the Ministry of Social Welfare as foster parents and open our homes to children who need us desperately in a time of need. And so over the next few weeks, you will hear more about this policy's rollout and its further assistance that will be provided in terms of home health care and further aid.
The Cruise Grant Industry Assistance Program was also another update by Honorable Mizik, who explained that over $1 million was pumped into this initiative to assist all operators in the cruise industry in the nation's capital.
In Cabinet, we approved the policy which will provide business license operators and operators from 2018-2019 financial year, 2019-2020 financial year in obtaining some financial assistance to ready them for the return of cruising. The assistance range from the sum of $3,500 to $10,000 in the various categories. And so what we want to encourage you who are operators in the Grand Turk cruising industry to prepare your documents, as the portal will launch and you will be required to upload the necessary information to assist in your application. That information includes being a Turks and Caicos Islander, so you will need to prove that through the use of your status card or one of the other mechanisms to prove that you are a Turks and Caicos Islander. It is also open to British overseas territory citizens. Again, you will need to prove that either with your Turks and Caicos Islands passport, your certificate of BOTC citizenship. You'll have to prove that your business is in operation and you haven't shut its doors completely. And last but not least, that you are going to operate when the cruise industry returns December 7th.
It's time for a quick break. More News Watch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Remembrance Day was observed this weekend with services both in Grand Turk and Providenciales. Here's the highlights in this next report.
The governor and members of the government and the opposition led the country in a Remembrance Day service this Sunday past to honor the members of the armed forces who died in the line of duty. The day, which is also known as Puppy Day, has been observed in Commonwealth member states since the end of the First World War. The day usually starts with a church service, this year at St. Monica's Anglican Church along Leeward Highway, followed by a parade. As part of the service, Governor Dakin read a passage from the Bible.
A reading from the book of Micah, chapter 4, verses 1 to 5. In days to come, the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established as the highest of the mountains, and shall be raised up above the hills. People shall stream to it, and many nations shall come and say, "Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, that he may teach us his ways, and that we may walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth instruction, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge between many peoples, and shall arbitrate between strong nations far away. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. But they shall all sit under their own vines and under their own fig trees, and no one shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken. For all the peoples walk, each in the name of its God, but we will walk in the name of the Lord our God forever and ever. This is the word of the Lord.
For the first time since the tradition was observed, ranks of the TCI regiment joined the parade, held in both Grand Turk and Providenciales. Also on parade were members of the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force and Band, and the Turks and Caicos Islands Cadets, including the Sea Cadets.
Let us remember before God and commend to his sure keeping those who fell in the 2 world wars and subsequent wars, those whom we knew, and those whose memory we treasure, and all those who have lived and died in the service of mankind. They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
In most countries, Remembrance Day is observed on the 11th of November to recall the end of the First World War hostilities. Hostilities formally ended at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. This in accordance with the armistice signed by representatives of Germany and Entente between 5:12 and 5:20 that morning. For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Isles.
Robbers making headlines on Friday after a brazen daytime heist, leaving eyewitnesses shook, as well as confirmation of a drug bust in North Caicos. Newswatch has the latest in this next report.
A frightening ordeal for shoppers in the Grace Bay Gourmet parking lot after witnessing an armed robbery on Friday in broad daylight. The culprits were caught on video by another motorist seen here approaching a black SUV while his co-conspirator sat anxiously close by in a waiting black Honda Fit with no identification tag. Police shared that two masked men dressed in all black carrying firearms approached him demanding money. The victim was not harmed and the suspects escaped. However, shortly after, the Honda Fit was spotted near 7-Eleven and taken in. Officers pursued the suspects on foot. Shots were fired. However, no injuries were reported. While the suspects were pursued, the report does not state clearly whether or not they were apprehended. In other news, the usually tranquil island of North Caicos was up in arms once again as law enforcement executed a search warrant of a home in the Q community. That report shared that around 5:51 a.m. on Saturday, officers entered a Q residence where they recovered a large quantity of cannabis on both the inside and the premises surrounding the home. Police say the homeowner, his wife, and a Jamaican man were arrested and taken into custody. Investigations are ongoing.
A quick break now. When we return, your weather forecast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Mixed weather patterns across the Turks and Caicos Islands. Issue weather forecast for November 16th, 2021. Starting in the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Tuesday, sunshine and mixed clouds, high 84, low 79, winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. South Caicos on Tuesday, sunshine and mixed clouds, high 84, low 79, winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. North and Middle Caicos on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 79, winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Parrot and Pine Key on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 79, winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And on Providenciales on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 79, winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Time now for your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise at 6:02 a.m., sunset at 5:07 p.m. And for your high tides and low tides, high tides at 5:25 a.m., 5:43 p.m. For your low tides, 11:45 a.m., 11:46 p.m. Time now for your hurricane outlook. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 5 days. And that's it for your weather forecast and hurricane outlook. We'll be right back with more Newswatch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future.
I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
Another man is now behind bars on conviction of a sexual charge offense. Take a look.
32-year-old Juliana Fulford was found guilty of indecent assault following a 7-member jury trial in the Supreme Court, which started on October 4th. The verdict was handed down last week, Tuesday, November 9th. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison. The conviction is in connection to a report made to the Safeguarding and Public Protection Unit of the police force on June 20, 2019. Meanwhile, another man, 43-year-old Kendall Mizik, was also slapped with charges by the Safeguarding and Public Protection Unit. Mizik, a resident of Q-Town, is charged with sexual assault based on a report made to the unit on September 21st this year. He appeared in the magistrate's court that same day and is now on remand at Her Majesty's Prisons in Grand Turk until his next hearing on November 23rd. Acting Superintendent of Police Irene Butterfield commended the brave victims in each of the cases for trusting the unit and coming forward to seek justice. She says the unit is committed to doing everything to ensure allegations of all abuse are investigated thoroughly and that no stone is left unturned. She also thanked the officers of the unit for their hard work and dedication under such difficult circumstances. Police are encouraging anyone who may be a victim of sexual assault or sexual abuse to call 232-6696 to receive the most effective police response regardless of the time of the call. For PTV News Watch, I'm Delana Iles.
That's a wrap for today's newscast. Join us again tomorrow and every weekday at 6:30 p.m. for more news. And connect with us by visiting our website at www.ptvatci.com. Until next time, I'm Latoya Walken, signing out.